Hey everyone, today I'm here to talk to you about some memories that I have from the old Baskin Robbins buildings, much like the one you see here. And yes, they did used to look this good. And yeah, there still are some of them that still stand. To my knowledge, there's one in Oxnard, which is the formation of the memories that I've got. And there's one up in Ventura as well, which is pretty cool to see. Now, my father used to bring me here when I was a little kid, usually after fishing trips, and also he'd bring, my mom, my sister, and I over here after we'd go to Kmart back in the 1970s. So there's a lot of good memories here. And to me, it's those memories that are the most cherished in my view. Now, a plus to this building was it had old fans in it. They weren't old at the time, but they were just considered utilitarian beasts there. Over the entry door at the front, there would have been an ILG fly fan over the door, and these things were painted pink. I remember this very vividly. They also had an exhaust fan that was a lot like the other one I revisited with you up in Oxnard at a market, an old farmer's market, and that one is still there. Now the original building in Oxnard still does stand, although it has been modernized, and while the original building used to have open ceilings inside and it was pretty cool going in there because it had that high A-frame ceiling, they just now have standard drop ceiling in it, for air conditioning efficiency and all that kind of stuff. It's been stripped pretty much of all the personality that made the building cool to go to. I'm glad at least the original A-frame still stands, but I do miss the 31 Flavors name. Now, the building itself, like I said, they've put a drop ceiling in there, and they've changed it around a bit inside, where it used to be this kind of cavernous old building where you could see all the way to the back wall. Now you really just can't. It's all blocked by the drop ceiling and a cooling unit that's there. But there is the old shutter that still seems to be there, and the unit does seem to work, but it looks like it has a newer Granger, fan motor and blade in it. But it looks like the original framing might still be there. We didn't really hang around at this location for too long though. Now the shutter itself does appear to be older than dirt, as I would say. I believe this building was put up in 1962. And who really knows if the original motor is still in this thing or not. I would imagine not, but the original frame of the fan might still be there, so at least its bones might exist. Anyway, yeah, you can see that shutter is pretty beat up, but it seems to be what I remember back in the day. I'll let you look at this for a little while. By the way, it appears to be rotating slowly in the video, but it isn't. It's the camera's frame rate. The thing is working properly. Now, on a recent outing, we did go up to Ventura, and the old Baskin Robbins building is still there on Main Street. And if you look at the top, you can see where the 31 Flavor sign used to be. Now, we went around the back of this building, and there is still a relatively old-looking shutter there with a fan motor in it. And it appears that the frame around the fan blades looks like the same one as in the original video that I had posted of the shutter fan up in Oxnard. So it looks like the bones of this one still exist, even if the motor and blade have probably been updated. Anyway, we also went inside this place and got ourselves a chocolate ice cream cone because, well, that's what I used to enjoy when I was a kid, and it brings back a whole flood of memories sitting out on the patio alongside the building. It was a cool little trip. So on that note, I'm going to conclude this video. Hopefully you enjoyed telling a bit of history about the old 31 Flavors buildings. And if you did, please be sure to hit that like button And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button as well, because there will be more to come. And so with that, we will see you later.